Hi, how y'all doing? It is Monday, December 23rd, 9, 8, good lord, I can't see, 8:45 p.m. as of recording this video. I haven't made a video in a few days. I've started to a couple of times, but have been interrupted by this or that, and haven't followed through with it. But I trying to get on a more constant schedule, at least a more frequent schedule. I found out recently that if you go too long without making a video, it hurts your channel's analytics. And since I am somewhat trying to grow my channel and get it to a point where it qualifies for monetization, I need to make sure I don't backslide. And I wanted to check in and wish everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year before Christmas, because certainly, at least I hope, most of you will be able to spend Christmas with family or friends and not have time to listen to boring old Joe on YouTube for the next couple of days. See, I had Joey this weekend from Thursday evening on to yesterday morning. We had our Christmas Saturday. Me and him, and then my folks came over for a while. Didn't do anything special, just spent time together, which is the most special you can do on holidays, in my opinion. I managed to eke out a couple of Christmas presents for him. And then his mom came and picked him up yesterday about 1:45 and they went down to her mom's house down in Pinellas County to have Christmas with her family. My ex's twin sister has come down from Illinois with her daughters and her husband, and Joey loves his little cousins. So they're down there right now, and they're having a good time. And it'll just be me here and my critters Christmas Day, but that's all right. Christmas is for the kids. They'll be back this coming weekend, and then I will have him for almost a week and New Year's, which will be good. Won't be able to take him to see any fireworks, but because of the holiday, I might get my check a couple of days early, so I might have my folks grab a small box of front yard fireworks at Walmart or something, and we can sit on my tailgate and set them off in the driveway. Something. See, I went to my podiatrist today, and he said my foot right now looks good. It is continuing to heal, albeit very slowly. I have a total of 4 wounds that I'm dealing with. that are not entirely closed. One of them is the graft site, and the graft is holding, but it's still not completely closed, he said. I can't see it, even to take a picture of it. I can't really tell what I'm looking at. And then there's the one on the other corner of the end of my foot that is slowly closing. There is a surgery site on the side of my foot where he went in to lengthen one of the tendons to give me more tilt up and out to the outside with my foot. And there's the original heel wound, which is for the most part done. It's just a big depression in my heel that'll never go away. So 5, because there's also the surgery site where he actually lengthened my Achilles tendon to give me more upward travel at the ankle to help me balance and center my weight on my heel. I've said before that I've always, ever since I was a little kid, been trained to center my weight and balance myself on the balls of my feet. I've always walked, basically on the balls of my feet. My whole foot still making contact, but that's where all the weight is, and that's where I balance. And so all the parts of my right foot that I balance with are gone. And I'm going to have to teach myself to balance my weight on my heel. And I'm working on that. I can walk around the house still a little bit. I cannot lift myself up the stairs with my right leg. My knee is too weak, but I can at least stand on it to, step and lift with my left. And when I come down, I stay on my right foot and kind of halfway step down, halfway fall down to the next step with my left foot. A lot of work to strengthen my right knee. And there has been a considerable amount of pain and discomfort in my right knee from using my crutch. My knees have always been deformed, so that hasn't helped. And now I'm kind of wondering if once this is all done, I'm going to have to go get something done to my knee, because I have messed it up with the crutch. Just damned if I do and damned if I don't. But for the most part, that was good. I went over and visited at the nursing home today, Bayview. Visited with Mr. J and Miss P, Miss L. And it was nice, but I'm kind of worried and just, kind of tense because Mr. J is not doing so well. He didn't really, explain it. We talked, we hung out, we managed a game of pool. And when I was in there, you could tell that, Mr. J was, especially, when he was younger, a phenomenal pool player. I mean, you can see shades of past skill that is just incredible. He's always got a tremor in his hands now, and it makes it difficult for him to hit the ball where he wants and make it go where he wants to go. But every now and then he makes some incredible shots, and he did a couple times tonight. And on his worst day now, he's still a better pool player than I've ever been. But he would get really down before if he wasn't doing well in a game. And I wouldn't. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but there would be times where I would, purposely not do so well, because I hated to see him get down about it, and I would try to, just a little bit help to preserve his dignity. And my eyesight has gotten so bad now that I couldn't sink anything. He beat me, and I still had like 6 balls on the table. But it was fun, and that's the point of it. We had fun. But he seems really kind of out of it, and a little hazy, a little cloudy. Ask a question, and then 3 minutes later ask the same question, like we hadn't talked about that already, which was never something that he used to do. He almost acts kind of like he's had a stroke. And I asked the nurse that was on duty about it, but she was not there when I was there. And she doesn't know me, and she said that she wasn't sure about anything like that, and she couldn't give out his personal medical information, even if she did. There is a nurse there, and a couple of techs that they got to know me really well, and if something like that happened, they would tell me, because Mr. J doesn't have any family here in Florida. I think his brother still lives in Jersey, and he's got a son and a daughter, and they're both in the Midwest somewhere, and they rarely ever come to visit him. So they would tell me, and I'm going to try to go back. Next time I go back, I'm going to try to go back when they're on shift, so I can, what's going on? Is he okay? What's happened? Because he just didn't seem right today, and I'm really worried. He's 83, and death comes for us all. Can't be avoided, so it doesn't do to dwell on things like that. But he made such an impression on me, and he became a better friend faster than I've had, except maybe for 2 other guys in my life. And it's like I just became so close to this guy, and our relationship just started, and I don't have many people to begin with, and he doesn't have much in the way of friends. His family doesn't come see him. He's got this stupid row going with his son, and I mean, there's 2 sides to every coin. But and I haven't, I don't talk to his son, but from what I've heard, his son is in the wrong, and I think it's real stupid to not come see your dad, especially your dad's 84 years old, and even if he's in good health, there's way more sunrises behind him than there are ahead of him. And I worry. I'm a worrier. I worry about everything. But that was good, and I sat down and talked to, went and saw Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy. I try to, use the first letters of their names for anonymity, but I mean, Peggy's her nickname, so it's not like anybody's going to know anything. Miss Peggy. Went and spent a bunch of time with her, and that was really nice. She was like the second really good friend that I made there before I became friends with Mr. J. And her eyesight is really bad too. She started suffering from macular degeneration a couple of years ago. So she knows how I feel with my eyesight being so bad. And I clump along on my crutch, and she was in her room talking with her roommate, and I knocked on the door, but then I took a couple steps in, and she heard me, and she immediately perked up, and she said, "Is that who I think it is coming in here?" And I said, "I don't know. Who do you think it is?" And she was so excited and so happy to see me, and I was so excited and so happy to see her. And we talked forever in there. And she's doing real good. She's finally got a good roommate. The last couple she had were real tough on her, but she's such a sweet old gal, she doesn't complain. I ended up going and making some complaints on not the last one, but the one before that, because she was just a nightmare. She's kind of like my adopted grandma, and she's 97 and doing good. Aside from her eyes, everything else is good. And then I went and saw Miss L. I don't think I talked about her too much in a lot of my previous videos. I wasn't like attached to her like I am to Miss Peggy or Mr. J or Miss V, Miss Verna. I had a hard time getting to be good friends with her because she looks exactly like and sounds exactly like, and her mannerisms are exactly the same. Everything about this woman is the same as my ex-mother-in-law. She's just about 20 years older, 15 years older. Otherwise, they could be twins. I mean, their voices are the same. They look exactly the same. Their mannerisms are the same. They use the same speech patterns. It's creepy. And I mean, I really hate to be mean. I try not to, but my ex-mother-in-law was such a POS to me, especially after my son was born. I tell excuse me. I've told some people that, it's not that I don't like her, but I would probably unplug her life support to charge my cell phone. I wouldn't. That's just, that little deep dark. corner of me coming out every once in a while. I wouldn't do something like that. Think about it though. And part of what made it, so shitty is she was always so sly about it. She would be nice to me, to my face. She would talk to me. Especially in those last few years, 2-3 years. When we would go down there, my wife would like flip a switch and act like, she didn't know me. And, her mom, who had genuine disdain for me, would talk to me and make me feel, more welcome while we were visiting than my wife would. We had a fight about it one time. Coming back up from there, and I asked her, I asked her, what did I do? And she was riding in the back seat with Joey, he's still a baby, and playing on her damn phone, and she was angry at me about something else that day. I don't know. I don't think I forgot to pack something in the car, and it instantly just set her off. And I said, what did I do? What's the problem? And she would get so damn childish when we would fight. And, that used to piss me off, because I would always try to treat her with respect and treat her and talk to her like an adult. And she would treat me really shitty and disrespect me on purpose and talk to me like I was a stupid child. Sip of tea. And it was something stupid. I don't remember what it was. And it would be something that we would never have thought about in years past. It would be something she would have never had a problem with. We would, chide each other, pick at each other playfully. But, I would say, okay, what did I do before that? Because for a while now, we've been coming down here, and as soon as we get down here, you act like, you don't know me, let alone like me. And her sister and her husband were down at that point, and she got pissy, and she said something. She said, well, I don't get to see my family all the time like you do. She said, I'm not down here to visit with you. I'm down here to visit with them. Because I said, you don't talk to me when we're down here for the most part. You don't even like sitting next to me. I said, you get kind of pissed off when I go for a walk or when I go to the junkyard or do something. I'm not there, but, it's like you want me to sit in a chair in the corner and be seen and not heard. And, you're going to sit and your mom's going to sit in the living room all damn day, just sitting on your behinds, doing nothing, just talking. And I said, that's fine for you two. I said, but, I'm just sitting there like a lump in the corner. And, I don't feel right playing on my phone, looking at my phone. I feel like that's rude. And I try to engage you in conversation, try to join in the conversation, and I just get terse one-word responses from you. Your mom, I get more conversations from your mom, and I know she doesn't like me. And, you know, she said, well, I'm there to visit with them. I'm not there to visit with you. Which really hurt. You know, if she had phrased it a different way, I could kind of see it. But I could let it go. I still try to let it go. But, you know, in years past, especially before we were married, she never had a problem visiting with me when we were there. And I told her that. And I said, your sister never seems to have a problem visiting with her husband when they're down. I said, they sit together. I said, they hold hands. I said, they talk to each other. They interact with each other as well as your family. I said, you and I used to do that. You know, what gives? And it's all just part of the fact that she had made the decision that once our son was born, she was going to try to make me end the marriage. And that was part of it. I am to the end of my time with this video, so I think I'm going to make a part 2 real quick, just so I can finish my thought for tonight. Because I don't know if I'm going to make another video until after Christmas. Like I said, I don't want to bug y'all. So hang on a minute.